All right, you guys. This is Alex Rangan. I'm with Anthony Marino here. We're going to be covering our own match from a recent Friday Night Magic event here at the Neverboard Gaming Community. This is standard. Anthony Marino is piloting a pretty interesting blue-black mid-range deck, and I'll be piloting what I've been calling blue-white vampires. It's only vampire tribal for a very specific reason. Basically, this deck revolves around just Marino's going to take a mulligan
I
here.
had to. It was a one-lander.
Yeah.
I could do.
So this the way this vampire deck works, it's mostly mono white. It's only blue splash for like a couple things, and you'll get to see some of those things in the match. But the idea is to just run out an Oketra's Monument or a Mavrin Fiend Dusk Apostle and just start making warrior tokens of vigilance and vampire tokens of lifelink. Here you see Legion's Landing. This is actually the singleton copy of Legion's Landing in the list.
Interesting. The blue splash is pretty spicy.
Yeah, yeah. You might have seen some lists like this on MTGO before Wizards like changed how they post MTGO results. I didn't actually have a turn 2 play this game. I just kind of laid down the land and passed.
Mm-hmm.
But I did have the Oketra's Monument ready to go, so I'm just like,
That's your main piece. You need it,
I'm on the play. I don't care if I miss turn 2.
Just turn 2 charter course.
I was very happy to see that. I'm like, you know what? Sure,
Yeah.
replace that card. Do nothing.
Yeah, I just gotta filter a little bit. It's what the deck,
Tap your lands. Make sure that I can land the Oketra's Monument safely.
Yeah. Discard Kid in the Memory. It's not very good in this matchup.
No.
Get down, get
It kind of came up in our banter in game 2. You'll see. I mean, you're not going to hear us say anything, but
There's the monument. I was like, oh man.
yeah. Mind you, Gifted Etherboard is one of the very good counters to like go wide. To the strategy of going wide.
Very good magic card.
Just in general. Just in general.
So I did miss a land drop even with that card charter course. I just couldn't find anything.
There's the first very big item for Blue Splash is Cloud Blazer. Always very nice whenever you can cast it for less than 5 mana.
It helps you refill your hand because I'm sure there's this deck you just dump your hand a lot. So.
Oh yeah, you're gonna see that happen very very shortly here. I mean, you were there.
Yeah. Definitely. So I did play a land that turn. Still didn't do anything though. Still just holding tight.
I think this is why I might have like sideboarded wrong in game 2 because like I didn't actually know what your deck did because you hardly did anything.
I mean, I played 2 cards
Yeah.
so far.
Just get rid of the blocker.
That seems good.
There's only 2 of those in the main. There's a third sitting in the sideboard, and then all 3 Ixalan's Bindings are main board. Those are like the only pieces of removal in the whole deck, or at least in main board.
Well, it's very good in the meta against Hazard, Scarab God. It covers all the basic creatures.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the one fear is that, if you go up against like a green deck that has like a lot of artifact and enchantment hate, and they're just like, no, get this thing out
Yeah,
here.
yeah. Luckily, there's not a lot of that though. There's the Vanguard. Well, I counted the Vanguard. But
I was fine with it. I'm just like, whatever, I still get a warrior token.
I just wanted to use my mana on something, because I had nothing to cast, so...
Put up some kind of resistance. Like, don't let me run you over, because
Yeah.
the vampire deck will run you over very easily once it starts getting its engine going.
Definitely that card. That card's pretty hard to deal with. Fade to Push does not kill that guy.
Yeah. I was playtesting against Sako, who's in the other episodes that predate this one. I was playtesting against him. He was running the Sultai Constrictor
Like
list
energy
that
Constrictor.
GP'd with in Memphis.
Mm-hmm.
Top 8 in GP Memphis, excuse me. And like he tried to Fatal Push a Cloud Blazer, and I had to point out, no, that Cloud Blazer is a CMC of 5. He's like, what? But you played it for 4. I'm like, I know.
I did play him 4. That's not what it says on the card. So I Fade to Push one of your creatures, because,
Got to get rid of the lifelinker just to keep me at least in somewhat.
They're all the
good range.
same, just that one had a lifelink.
Yeah.
Pretty much it.
I didn't get quite as explosive a play as I had hoped out of this deck, but like you were drawing dead, so it didn't matter.
Yeah, both decks wasn't very... It doesn't look very good.
Yeah, this is not the good game. The good game is the next one. Trust me.
Yes. Get your beats on. You even have to land, so even if I do combat, that land's pretty hard to deal with. Just to make
Adanto.
ones, yeah.
Yeah, normally, I don't like using a Danto for the token. Yeah, and this is just the dagger right here. Just in case you happen to have Bantu's Last Reckoning or something, I'm like, no, you can't cast that.
Yeah, just why not? He's a big flyer.
Azor the Lawbringer. You don't see him get played very often. He's a very cheap commander-y card, but he shows up on this list as a 2-of main board just because if you go up against a control deck, you don't want them wiping your board. So
Yeah, it's a good magic card, 100%.
yeah,
So I play Field of Ruins, to blow up a land that didn't matter. I think this is just totally lethal.
yeah.
Decided not to do it because who cares? And that's game one.
Just here's your top to arrest back, you jerk.
Yeah, here. Take it back.
How dare you just wail on me while exiling my only creature?
Yeah. So sideboarding. So I assumed you had to bring in counterspells since I saw blue.
So I was actually bluffing the counterspells the whole time. I actually boarded out the one negate and decided not to bring in the rest. Like I actually took a while to decide whether I wanted negate to come in because I didn't actually see that many cards from you. So I assumed you were like a creature-based deck that was just failing to find enough lands to cast them.
Yeah.
And that was incorrect. I didn't realize you actually had more spells than creatures. So you were fearing negates like the whole match, and I didn't actually have any in games 2 and 3, and that turned out to be a mistake.
Yeah, I had to play around it. Once I see blue mana open, you got to play around it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
100%.
Even if I don't actually have negate, I'm going to bluff it all day long because negate just stops so many cards.
Yeah, so my deck is a weird one. It does have a decent amount of creatures, but there's also a lot of spells.
Apparently.
It's like whatever blue-black has, I take all the best cards and put it in one deck.
That's what it feels like. That's exactly, and you're exactly going to see this in this game too. You're going to see just a lot of the best blue-black cards in Standard. Obviously, Scarab God features heavily. I think you were playing Ravenous Chupacabra somewhere in the list.
No,
No,
actually,
really?
No, none.
Oh, that's incredible. I know
Yeah.
Champion of Wits makes it.
Oh yeah, I love that card.
Yeah,
It's so good against control. This deck is built to really beat control decks.
yeah. I'm not a control deck, so
That's always a tough matchup.
it's going to take some work. I do have some bad matchups. I don't think this is one of my bad matchups. I think
No.
this is just kind of a matchup.
No, I think you're definitely favored, 100%.
Yeah. Of course, I don't play it correctly, but, that's my fault. I'm still kind of deciding. This is the moment where I decide, you know what, I'm just not going to bother with negate. That was the exact moment I decided.
Yeah, so I brought in obviously the more creature removal, more ball wipes, just the normal creature anti-creature stuff.
Yeah, that's kind of what I did. What I'm boarding in here is a Singleton River's Rebuke in the sideboard. Because one-sided board wipes are pretty great.
Yeah.
And then an extra Thopter Arrest, and then 2 Silent Gravestones. Because, I'm making an educated guess because he's in blue-black. He's got to have Scarab God, right?
100%. Yeah,
So
100%. And you saw Charter Course. That's like a kind of like a graveyard card. Could you discard card to it?
Yeah.
So...
Like, you don't always, but usually if you're casting that on turn 2, you don't have a 1-drop. You're just like, okay, I'm going to throw away this thing that I'll deal with later.
Yeah, so it was a pretty good card to bring in.
And then me just still shuffling because I took so long to sideboard. Sir, I'm going to have to issue you a warning for slow play.
Yeah. You're going to probably shuffle once a game, man. What are you doing?
This is how I get out of having mana pockets usually.
Like I did game 1?
Yeah.
I should probably have done that. Matte black sleeves.
These are actually Jet.
Really? Okay,
Yeah.
okay, that's the better one. Actually.
Slightly different.
100% better. Yeah. I got the dragon shields. I'm in love with them. It's okay. The color. Magenta.
Yeah, those are getting a little ratty though. I'll have to replace them soon.
Yeah. There's a problem with them.
But I swear by Dragon Shields because, as you can see, I shuffle pretty hard. I beat up my cards. This is why I can.
You do beat up your cards.
This is why I can't trade my cards ever because they get scratched up or they don't get scratched up, I guess, but they might get a little bit bent.
You're trading with someone like, hey, this is definitely heavily played. So, yeah.
Just a little bit bent. They don't get so bent that they're unplayable. Maybe the foils do, but this is why I don't play that many foils, although that will change soon. I am building a different standard deck now that will feature quite a few foils, so I got to be more careful.
So we both kept our hands, so
Yeah, this is much better for us variance-wise. This game is the big marathon. Here we got a turn 1 Sky Marcher Aspirant from me. This is a very interesting card. 2-1 for 1, so following that old Elite Vanguard / Savannah Lions, turn 1 powerhouse that you see in weenie decks like this, but it can gain flying later in the game, which becomes very, very important.
Definitely. So hey, I play Siphoner, one of the best creatures in Standard right now, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, Absolutely. I mean, that card was started to tick up in price before it was announced to be a reprint in one of the Challenger decks that Wizards will be offering very soon.
Oh yeah. So I obviously didn't block. No way. I'm not blocking there. Tap for 2, get some energy.
Offer the trade? Come on.
No, I'd rather draw some cards with my Goku.
For this dorky 2/1 that doesn't, yeah, you gotta trust Goku. Goku knows what's up.
I do. So turn 3, that's Champion Wits.
There he is. Or actually, I don't know what Champion Wits' gender is, but I don't know.
I'm assuming it's a guy.
I guess. I don't know.
I think it's like a wizard. So
Sure, the gender is wizard.
So I discard an island because, you know, I think I have a lot of lands in my hand. Think about what card I want to discard next. Fatal Push. And that probably tells you something.
Yeah, that should have signaled to me like right away. He just threw away a Fatal Push. I wonder if he has 2 more in his hand.
Yeah, I wonder if he has a lot of removal.
I mean, I don't care. I'm still gonna do the same thing either way.
Oh yeah, you got the bash in.
Yeah.
So you know, I get a block in because that guy's gonna get flying eventually.
I don't care about that. I'm already ahead in the race just because, I dropped that turn 1 Sky Marcher, and also I have the Legion Conquistador. This card is amazing in this deck because...
Yes.
Wait, so if you remember Squadron Hawk from the battle days of Callblade Standard, this is the same card. It just costs 3 and doesn't fly. It is a 2/2. But in a deck with Oketra's Monument, you can just barf these things out onto the table very fast, get a lot of warrior tokens, get a lot of potential damage in.
Yeah, as somewhat of a control deck like I am, I'm just pretty scared to see you basically draw 3 cards, kind of.
Oh,
you're
yeah.
getting 3 2/2s. Like, eventually you have to deal with those.
I mean, yeah, they're vanilla 2/2s, but I'm going to have a lot of them on the table at the same time.
I was a little worried about that.
So... It's not the best turn 3 play in the world, but it's one of the good ones.
Mm-hmm. So I draw out your card here. Should I,
Yeah.
find more cards to do with? Yeah, get my beats on.
Like, look, I don't care if Glinsling Siphoner is poking me like this. I just,
Yeah, I just do it for the energy. That was one I attacked.
Oh. Did you miss a land drop here? Oh, no, you didn't.
No,
You
I
saw
played the
tap land.
Feta Pools, yeah.
I forget what I top decked here, but I think I start slowing down on lands here because you see me like shuffling my hand. That's one of my bad tells that I gotta stop doing because that usually signals that I don't actually have a land to play. So I think I just drop a second Legion Conquistador here and pass.
So I blocked there.
Oh, wait, no, I got
you drew a monument.
No, I didn't draw it. I think I actually had it already. I just kind of
you?
wanted to set up.
Okay, that makes sense. Also, I think I tapped out, like almost tapped out there, so it made sense. So I stopped block with the Siphoner because I feel like 2 is a lot. I feel like 1 is just good enough by himself.
So like you say you were kind of scared, but you are holding 2 copies of Golden Demise, which you sideboarded in.
I am holding copies of them.
So like Golden Demise is one of the big outs against this deck. It isn't there. I just top decked an island, so I'm like, all right, now I can start doing stuff. I can actually play 2 Legion Conquistadors this turn. But yeah, Golden Demise is one of the very good answers to this deck. I know you were kind of like questioning it before the tournament started, but then you come against me like, oh, thank goodness I have these.
Yeah, because like, there's not a lot of good board weights in blue-black. Like, you got Bontu's Reckoning, but I don't like that card.
No, it feels very bad to play sometimes just because it time walks you, but sometimes you just kind of got to have it.
Yeah, so that's why I tried the Golden Demise or whatever it's called because it gets around indestructible too.
Yeah, which is very important because I am running Adanto Vanguard in this list.
And Bontu does not do that.
No, Bontu, Adanto Vanguard just looks at Bontu and shrugs and says, "Pay for life."
Yeah, and that kind of sucks. So I paid a 2 energy and a light to draw another card because thanks to 8th of Help. Why I played in the deck.
Yeah, so you actually got 3 extra cards off of this 1 Glinsleeve Siphoner, so it was doing a lot of work. I mean, it was doing the chip damage, but now it's not going to get in for chip damage. You already have the Golden Demises, so I think this is the turn where you're like, I guess I'll just swing in and see what you do, and I'm like, no, man, double block.
Yeah, because like I was thinking, I think I had to slam one of them now because this is a lot of damage. I am on 9.
Yeah.
Not including if you have some kind of weird spell like Shuffle, like Dooms, Sacrifice Land. That's what it is.
Sheffet Dunes, yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Sheffet Dunes is really important to this deck because it lets you push through more damage. There's also a singleton copy of Pride of Conquerors, which if you don't know what that does, that's an instant from Rivals of Ixalan. It gives your creatures +1/+1 until end of turn, and if you happen to have the City's Blessing, which that card itself can give you the City's Blessing, your creatures get +2/+2 until end of turn instead. Anyway, so one of my conquistadors is going to die from that combat exchange, and you're just like, okay, whatever. Gold demise.
Yeah, I was like, it's a free attack. Get an energy out of it just in case I draw another Siphoner or something.
You've already found 2, so there's only 2 left in the deck. And I'm like, yeah, this feels bad, but I don't care. I get a vampire token out of it. I still got double conquistador in hand, so I can rebuild pretty quick from this. But here comes Gifted Aetherborn.
That's a good one.
The first of many.
That one does not care about that little vampire.
I'm just like, well, okay, I guess I don't swing in, but I still get some offense going.
Aetherborn's a vampire himself, isn't he?
Yeah, he is, actually.
There you go.
An Aetherborn vampire.
Yeah, he is. Doesn't look like one, though.
The flavor, of course, is that, the Aetherborn are supposed to live very short lives and then die. Oh, no, actually, I played a Cloudblazer here. I forgot I found the Cloudblazer, and I'm just like, you know what, I'm just going to reload some more.
It's good when I'm tapped out, too.
I could always play some more Conquistadors later, and I think I find a Danto Vanguard here, or maybe a Martyr of Dusk.
Yeah, there's a 5th line drop.
Yep, which I kind of wanted.
Yeah?
Yeah, there's the Adanto Vanguard.
Yeah, I was looking at it, I was like, alright, yeah, you got that one.
So, don't swing, just hold up.
Yeah, there's no reason to attack for 1.
Yeah. Especially if it's just going to gain you 2. I got to get you down in life here. That Field of Ruin's going to become very important.
I was counting the math. I was like, can I die if I do something? Like, if I tap out or...
Because if possible, I'm going to hold on to Chef Dunes until the very last moment when I actually need to use it as like
yeah,
an
so
expensive
you don't
spell.
tell me about it, yeah.
So we see a second Gift to Aetherborn in your hands, the Golden Demise, and I think you have Scarab God already?
Yeah, I think I have a Scarab God. I was thinking about right now if I want to slam the Golden Demise.
You know what? I think, yeah, you were thinking about that, but then you decided to just go Scarab God, second Gifted Aetherborn, go.
Yeah, because I was like, I don't think I can die unless he plays, like, something, then something that pumps up his dudes.
Yeah.
Like, get to kill, like, 3 of my threats, and then somehow pump your team. Because I think you have 8 on the board right now.
This is 7, actually. 7 on the board.
7?
Yeah, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7.
No, because this is 3, right?
No, that's... Oh, wait, no, yeah, Danto Vanguard. Yeah, so it is 8, yeah.
So it's 8. Yeah.
For some reason, I thought that was a Martyr of Dusk, but no, it's the Danto Vanguard.
A little better.
Virtual 3-1 for 2, at least when it goes on offense. But you can usually fearlessly send it in. Even against the Gifted Aetherborn. Gifted Aetherborn says block, I guess. Like, okay, pay 4 lives.
Yeah, it makes you pay 4 lives. Doors, charm yourself. So this, the second one.
I'm at 16 life. If I have to pay 4, I don't care. Yeah, there's the second Gifted Aetherborn, and then just tap out, run out Scarab God.
Yeah, it didn't feel great, but I felt like I had to try to get on the board, because if I slam Golden Demise, it's... Because you only cast 2 cards that turn when you think about it.
Yeah.
Just the monument is giving you more value.
All right. So here comes the big haymaker, because I actually already had this play in hand. I was planning on doing it the whole time, and I was like so glad you played into this.
Yeah, I didn't have my mana on this at all.
Please play more blockers. There's Arch of Araska. That's going to give me the City's Blessing.
So easy to activate in this deck.
Yep. If you're running a lot of tokens, you're just going to get it.
It's like an auto,
on demand whenever you want.
Yeah. So I see you're thinking about it. You're like, you know what? I just bring it to 1.
Yeah, because there were multiple lines of play I could have done here, but I'm just like, no, this is the time to do it.
He's look at that. You just threw it on the table.
Rivers Rebuke.
You're like, I'm like, yeah. At first, I'm like, oh, it turns your stuff too. You're like,
no. It says target player. It actually targets.
It does.
So hey, modern players, if you've got Leyline of Sanctity in your sideboard, that stops Rivers Rebuke if it ever becomes a thing in modern. Yeah, this puts you at 1 life. Death's Door. This is the time where you gotta drop the Golden Demise.
Yeah, I mean, you're tapped out too, so I do feel very, like, I don't have to worry about anything. So I'm like, okay, at least he's tapped out. That was brutal, but at least he's tapped out.
And no Martyr of Dusk either, so it's not gonna...
Yeah, no other extra value left over.
Yeah.
So I'd probably go, like, Golden Mind to do a Gifted Aetherborn.
And I think I still have the double Conquistadors in hand as well.
Yeah, you still do. What was awkward about this is I couldn't play 2 Aetherborns because of the Field of Ruins. I wanted to slam just both of them, but I can only play 1.
I was noticing that at the time too. Like, at first I thought, why didn't he play the second one? I'm like, oh, he's out of black mana. Okay, that makes sense.
Field is a very good card, but it's a little awkward sometimes.
Yeah.
A little awkward.
Like, the only lanes you have left are the Aether Hub and the Field of Ruin, and you just can't do anything with them.
No. Field of Ruin is pretty good against that card that draws cards, the land you have, though.
Yeah, you're about to use it.
Yeah.
And I knew you were going to do it, too. I'm like, man, because this is the turn where I was thinking, okay, if nothing else, then I'm just going to use this Arch for Raska to draw a card. But instead I top deck Irrigated Farmland. Oh, wait, no, that's the next turn I do it, I guess. This is the turn I drop the 2 conquistadors.
Yeah, get 4 bodies on the table.
Yeah, I gotta still represent lethal.
Oh yeah, definitely.
There's a Martyr of Dusk, always good. Replaces itself with a vampire when it dies.
Mm-hmm.
And
Dude,
then the
there's
Silent
artifacts.
Gravestone. With not enough mana up to exile the graveyards right now, but I'm like, okay, I saw Scarab God, this is the time to play it. Because I've been holding it for a while.
Yeah, just make Scarecrow a 5/5. Not very great.
In this matchup, no. Just a vanilla 5/5, I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Mind you, if you have zombies on the table already for whatever reason, then you still get Life Lost and Scry, but...
Mm-hmm. So I send another one, you know. So right now I'm not dead on the table, kind of. I can block the 2 power guys and gain 2 life.
It was kind of sad that I had no way to force through game there, but... Hey, when you got the board state like that before, you just got to go with the River's Rebuke.
Yeah, you only have 1 card in your hand, you run out of gas a little bit. I still have a pretty decent grip.
Yeah. Mind you did cast 2 Golden Demises, so like that's one way to beat this deck is to just keep
100%.
board wiping it over and over and over until it finally runs out of gas, but it does take some time.
Yeah, I had to see definitely both of those.
So one thing I was thinking here, I think maybe this was the turn I top decked the Irrigated Farmland, I can't remember. But one thing I was noticing here, because we were kind of bantering about this, was that for a while you kind of had enough mana to Eternalize Champion of Wits if you wanted to.
Yes, I did. But well right now I can't because of the artifacts. The artifact you played.
Well, no, you can, because it says cards and graveyards can't be targeted by such
Oh,
artifacts.
you're right. So I still could, yes.
Yeah, you still could have.
I just want to tap out for it.
Anyway, there's that Pride of Conquerors that I was mentioning before. The only reason I swung into this was just to get the Aetherborns off the table, because I knew you were going to block. So it's just trying to force through as much damage as possible.
Yeah, you kill the 2 guys and you bring me to 1 again because I gained 2.
Yeah. So here comes like the bad feeling Fatal Push, and then another bad feeling card coming in a second, but it also kept you alive.
Yeah, I was really considering to hold it. But I was like, you know what? I don't think I'm going to see a better target in a long time anyways. I wanted to gain life. I was a little scared. I wanted to also use my mana too. That's a concern.
I mean, you might as well. I mean, yeah, it spends your last energy point, but...
I don't think I was using that anytime soon.
Probably not. I think for the things that you need energy for, like Glint-Sleeve Siphon had already done its job. It already drew you 3 extra cards.
Mm-hmm. Still sitting here like, man, do I really attempt this token? Do I really do it?
And look, it's... I like the trade. I mean, from my end of the table, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, you kind of had to do it to live.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I did not want to go to 1.
Yeah, we were discussing damage here, and you're just like, no, screw it. I'll Vraska's Contempt, this stupid warrior token.
So I go to...
You go to 7 here.
7, yes.
Yeah.
So it feels a little bit more comfortable. Everything you have no board right now, so I thought...
Well, I get a vampire token off of.
Oh yeah, you do. Yeah,
off of the Martyr of Dusk because Martyr of Dusk is good.
He's a good card.
Here comes another Martyr of Dusk.
One.
So I find 3 in this game apparently.
And
then I just activate the Gravestone here because I'm like, you're tapped out. I got to get rid of the Champion of Wits and like all the other stuff that Scarab God could pick up.
Yeah. Definitely if I go like land, Scarab God, and then I have enough to activate.
Yeah, but also just the fact that it draws me a card. It's almost like Relic of Progenitus that way. It's like a bad Relic of Progenitus.
A lot of mana for a Relic.
Well, I had nothing better to use it on at the time.
No, 100%. No, that was the right. Yeah, that was the right play. 100%.
I kind of had to. I mean, it was either that or I let you have a Champion of Wits and get more removal.
Yeah,
like,
draw 4 cards, have a 4/4.
No thanks.
Yeah.
I'm not about that life.
Definitely. Or again, I can just play Scarab God and try to activate it.
You were counting your mana, so you've got enough to play Scarab God but not activate it.
This turn, yeah.
Yeah, but then you also have the Gifted Aetherborn.
Yeah, there was no creatures in the graveyard anyway, so.
Yeah. And I was like, a third one, really? And you're like, I thought you knew I had it. I'm like, no, I only saw 2 of them.
Yeah, I was like, oh, cause I was still on a 3 for a while. The deck plays 4.
I mean, it should play 4.
Yeah, for the good kids burn.
Yeah, that card and what's the other 2-drop? Contraband Kingpin are really good against the red decks.
Oh, that's a 1/4.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't play them in this deck because obviously no artifacts. It's a little awkward.
Sky Marcher and the 4th Martyr of Dusk. I found all 4 Martyr of Dusk this game. I didn't even realize it.
Yeah, hey, that 2-1 has flying. That's pretty good here.
Like I said earlier in the game, having flying is very, very important in this matchup because if you're facing down somebody who's just going to gunk up the board with a lot of lifelink and death touch. So Marino's just living off the top deck now. I think both of us are, actually.
Yeah.
And Marino knows it, so he's just going to go ahead and aggressively Field of Ruin my Arch Veraska here so I don't get any extra cards.
Yeah,
on
no
me.
more drawing cards. Now I get to draw cards.
I didn't even get to activate it once. It just gave me the City's Blessing, which Skymarsher Aspirant would have done anyway as soon as it landed. But
Yeah.
it was the 6 mana I needed for River's Rebuke. That was the main job it did.
Pretty good job.
Yeah. To get you to 1, but then you went back to 7 anyway, so it didn't matter.
Thanks, Geek did Aetherborns.
And Vraska's Contempt.
Yeah, that too.
Honorable mention.
Yeah. Kill the 1/1. Well, 2/2. Oh, 3/3 in that case, actually.
Yeah,
It was a
because
3/3.
because Pride of Conquerors was representing not quite lethal, but close to it. It was lethal if you didn't have the removal. That's kind of why I went for it.
Yes.
Then,
So here's Liliana.
Yeah, I remember you when you top deck the card like that's really spicy, and I'm like, what could he have?
Yeah, I drew this.
then-
I was like so happy.
And then Liliana shows up. I'm like, oh, that's a legitimate problem.
Yeah, it worked so well with Scary God. And Mix Zombies, he like yeah. I was
Yeah, you're pointing to it right now, like, hey, it makes zombies. That's good for Scared God. I'm like, I know, that's so scary.
So much synergy. Yeah, so I've been in committed memory. Definitely not casting anytime soon to refill your hand.
So this is the part where I'm like, okay, do I attack Marino and try and represent a clock, or do I attack Liliana and try and keep her off of ultimate?
Because I don't think you could beat the next 7 at this point, really.
So, yeah, because you're at 7 life, so I'm just leaning toward, you know what, I'm just going to go for killing you and just ignoring the Planeswalker and hoping I can outrace the Planeswalker.
The Goku is a zombie, by the way.
Yep.
I know I used it for NG, but now it's a zombie.
Yeah. This is where we were bantering about the fact that you ditched a commit to memory with the Liliana. I'm like, no, please, cast that, please. I would love to have my hand refilled right now.
Yeah, that one's not being cast anytime soon. And I hit a land, so not a great +1 with Lily.
Yeah, not especially when you're sitting on 8 mana, which is enough to do Scarab God twice.
Yes, I definitely wanted bend creatures.
Yeah. So I'm out of my 2 big haymakers, the random River's Rebuke and the random Pride of Conquerors.
Yeah.
So I'm like very sad to see you top decking more gas when you just spent all your removal and on tokens at that. But yeah, I'm just gonna come in crashing with everything because you only have the 1 Gifted Aetherborn. So I said absolutely nothing at Liliana. This is all going at your face.
Yeah, I asked. I was like, "You target this thing?" You're like, "No." So I put that off to the side because that was flying.
Yeah, because you're not blocking that regardless.
So
Zombie eats one of the vampire tokens. Gifted Aetherborn eats a Martyr of Dusk. Scared God eats the other Martyr of Dusk. So you take 3, gain 1.
you're still gonna value 2 because you still get a token.
You take 4, gain
2,
1.
3. I took 5, right? 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, and then gain 1.
Yeah,
Or
gain
no.
2, right?
Oh yeah, you gain 2. That's right. Yeah.
So I
that's how
took
you
3
end
in
up
total.
Yeah.
Basically, okay.
The Martyr of Dusk died. Give me vampire tokens. I was okay with that.
Yeah.
So the one card I have in my hand, you didn't know this, and I guess the camera didn't pick it up, was a second Oketra's Monument, and that was like the saddest top deck ever. I'm like, God, you could not give me a more dead card right now.
Best card in the deck.
I would rather have another land than this because
Yeah.
I already have the Oketra's Monument.
Yeah.
One Oketra's Monument is great. Seeing 2 always feels bad.
Bad in multiples.
Yeah.
But really good to see. I just was like, oh, it's just to see one of them.
Yeah.
So I think I'm looking at Fatal Push here,
Yes, you are.
and I was like, man, what am I thinking about? I was thinking about if I really wanted to keep it, or if I could do better than a Fatal Push.
So you knew that this turn with Liliana, there was nothing really good to get out of the graveyard, so you were just going to make another zombie and get her into ult range, because if you ult here, that kills everything on my side of the board, and the only thing it kills on your side of the board is Gifted Aetherborn.
That's Carrot God. It does kill the god.
It kills the god as well, yeah.
But it comes back to my hand, like it
Yeah.
dies, and so it's not that. It's not that end of the world. So that's one Lily.
So this is the turn where I realized, okay, he's keeping this card on top. I wonder what it is that he thought was, kind of iffy. Maybe it's removal, but I'm hoping it's not. But I know I have to hit Liliana with my flyer here, otherwise I'm just going to lose the game.
So again, hitting negate and a Field of Ruins. Still not great for Scar God. I was hoping to hit a creature.
Yeah.
The other token now is also a 2/2 zombie.
And there's Martyrs of Dusk in the graveyard now too.
Yes.
So you can get more blockers that way.
Yes.
And tokens, they do hit the graveyard before they vaporize. So if those Martyr Dust tokens die, you do get a vampire.
That's pretty cool.
Yep. Pretty nice piece of accidental synergy with my deck. So the card I top decked here is Thopter Arrest, and I remember when we played Special. For a second, I got really excited because I was gonna just, erase the Gifted Etherboard and go to town. And I'm like, no, wait, he's got Scarab God mana up. He's just gonna steal both of my Martyr Dust and make me look stupid. So,
You have to answer him eventually. He does take over the game.
yeah, this is the part where I'm just like, I gotta get the Scarab God off the table. Like, I want to just, try and win. I'm looking for ways to actually win the game and not lose, but. I realize that there's no way I can actually win, so now my plan is to not lose. Now I have to get rid of the Scarab God, attack Liliana, and hope you don't have removal. But of course you did find the Fatal Push. You were questioning it, but it turned out to be the right choice. So there's a Thought to Arrest.
That sadly was not cast out for Liliana.
Yeah.
Because it only hits artifacts and creatures. I believe.
Yeah, it only hits artifacts and creatures. Ixalan's Binding hits anything that's not a land.
So I get back your guy because he's gonna die anyways. So I didn't want to activate it again because I wanted to hold up the Fatal Push. Because that's what I was considering. Because you had another one in the graveyard.
Yeah, I did have another one in the graveyard, but you needed the mana available for Fatal Push here to stop Liliana from dying because Liliana was basically your out.
Yeah, because you do have that flyer.
Yeah.
That I can't block.
So I'm just like, well, let's go for it because I've got no other line of play, and here comes my doom, the end of my existence.
Protect the queen.
Liliana did so much work in this matchup.
It did so much.
That was probably the top deckiest top deck that could have happened for you. That just saved your game.
Just a one-off.
It's a one-off, but it's a one-off. It's the one-offs that define this match, really.
Yeah.
Because I found my one-offs and got you very close to dead, and you found your one-off and escaped. That's sometimes variance gets there. Sometimes the random one-offs just come through. That's why you play them.
I don't even know what I drew here.
I don't even think it really matters.
No.
You're just kind of looking at the board state and going, yeah, ult Liliana.
Yeah, I was like, pretty sure just ult here.
Destroy all non-zombies.
Yeah, I have a decent amount of zombies on my... Only guys is Gita Itapor that dies. Everything else lives.
Yeah, because Stop to Arrest is covering up the Scarab God, so it's not in play anymore. Swing for 8. Put me to 9.
Yeah.
And me sitting here with this Okectra's Monument, oh yeah, and then Gonti shows up and steals a creature, so you just play another one to kill me next turn.
It was really good too because I got a little bit more information for Game 3.
Yeah.
So I definitely.
What did you see off this? Maverick Fane was the one you took.
Yeah, and then there was a. It wasn't a lot. It was another 3-drop, I believe.
It looks like an Adanto Vanguard. I can't exactly see what else is in there. It couldn't have been a Conquistador because I went through all 4 of those already.
Yeah, that was like the only good card in the top 4. It wasn't anything crazy.
Yeah, just get a free token. Cycle irrigated farmland, try to dig my way out. There's no way out.
Yeah, I was just pointing at the guy like, "Ooh, I could I don't know. I think I was pointing that out because it's a zombie or something."
Yeah. Well, also it happens to be a vampire, and I don't think you knew at the time that Maverick Fane actually does trigger on his own attacks.
Yes,
because he happens to be a non-token vampire himself.
That's what I was pointing at. I was like, "Oh, I could have got a 1/1."
So this is me reaching for my board and going, okay, Silent Gravestone did work, but maybe I don't need it as a 2-of.
And you saw a lot more in that game.
Yeah, and I did see a lot more of your spells, but I figured, nah, that's still not quite enough to justify the negate, so I'm just going to put, I think what I put back was just another removal spell.
See, I kept looking at Lost Legacy. I was like, man, this can't get the Monument.
Because I think my removal package that game was 3 Thopter Assembly and 2 Ixalan's Binding, just to consider the fact that I'm on the draw, so my curve is going to be a bit different.
Yes.
So this game I decided to bring back that 3rd Ixalan's Binding and just put... that's that special foil City's Blessing token that is the elemental for Rekindling Phoenix on the other end, which will become relevant with the next deck, I believe.
Hey, I got that yesterday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was like the.
Yeah, I picked up the same token, so I have 2 of that now. One for this deck and one for the other deck I'm building.
3 red monsters.
Oh yeah.
Monsters?
Oh yeah. you know me. I will keep bashing my head against the wall playing mid-range decks no matter how many times I play you.
It's a good deck too, 100%. That's probably the top 3. The top 3 decks is probably Green Red is in there.
Yeah, and it's probably actually a hairy matchup for this vampire deck too because it runs a lot of artifact hate and also a lot of flyers. And, I do have some flying creatures in there, and they're so important in, matchups that resort to a lot of gummy board states. But if you're playing bigger flyers than I am, it's, I'm in a lot of trouble. Like Cloudblazer and Azor are very good cards, but Azor drops very, very late, and Cloudblazer is just a 2/2, and the only way to make it grow is with all the anthems that I'm running. The temporary anthems, I should say.
I don't remember what I changed out. I think I put in a couple more removal spells on a draw. So, obviously you go first.
Yeah, which is always the position you want to be in whenever you're playing a primarily creature deck. And this deck does run, I can't remember the exact count, but I want to say 26 creatures main board?
Sounds right.
Yeah.
26, 27.
Because I know it's 25 land.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I remember the land off the top of my head. It's 8 plains, 4 islands, 4 of each of the white-blue dual lands, and then the 1 Arch-Vraska.
4 monuments.
4 Shevatunes as well.
4 Sheffield. Mm-hmm.
So that's the 25 land. 3 monuments, though. Because,
3?
Yeah, because sometimes you don't need it to win. Like,
Yeah.
I was actually explaining this before. We're both going to mold a 6 here.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you just, Actually, I think you kept
No,
it.
I think I kept it. Was a 2-lander.
It was a questionable. Yeah, it was a questionable 2-lander that if you found one more, it was playable.
Yeah, I was like, ooh, this hand's really good. I just gotta draw a land. I had a Siphoner. That was the only play in the hand.
The opening summon I found was land, double Oketra's Monuments, double Ixalan's Binding, Thopter Rest. I'm like, no, this is garbage.
Slow, very slow.
Very slow and no creatures.
No, yeah.
I'm just like, no, I can't do this.
Yeah, if you give my deck time, I'm just gonna take over.
Yeah. But that's exactly the reason why I kept this 1-lander that I'm about to draw. Because I happen to have a Skymarcher Aspirant and 2 Adanto Vanguards. So I'm like, okay, if I get one more land, I've got a serious clock on him.
The beatdowns are real.
I'm not gonna barf my whole hand on the table, but you already let slip that you kind of kept the questionable hand in your own. It's like, you know what? I'm gonna try it too. I scry into a Martyr of Dusk, ship it straight to the bottom because it's not a land.
Mm-hmm.
So there's the Skymarcher Aspirant. I'm gonna top deck 2 more of these.
Get your beats on.
Which is, the only play I'm going to make for a while. And then you find the lands that you need to actually go off. So I'm like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Here comes Variance punishing me again for making bad decisions.
So here's Siphoner.
Yeah. You found the Siphoner, but then I find the second Skymarcher here.
Not blocking that guy.
Please take the trade, Marino. Please. I'm begging you.
Please. So there's a 3rd land. I did hit that. Very important. No turn 3 play, though.
Which I was happy to see, but I was also a little scared because I figured you were holding removal. And you were.
Yeah.
But I found the 3rd Skymarcher. I'm like, well, at least I'm top decking things I can play, but I'd rather have land.
Oh, definitely. So I draw extra cards here, and this is where I think the game turns.
Yeah.
Once I start drawing extra cards, and you're stuck on the land.
Yeah.
And then I have Aether Hole, so I can draw another card next turn.
I could tell, right away, this is where the game is going to get out of hand, because you're in Vraska's Content range, and here I find the second land, finally, okay, finally I can play my Vanguards, but it's a bit late.
Here's another push.
Kind of happy to see the second Fatal Push show up early here. I'm just like, alright. The picture froze for a second, but yeah, we got it back. There's the Adano Vanguard, number 1. There's a second one in my hand. Only reason I kept it was because if I drew another land, I could get 2 of them out.
Yeah.
But my engines are not there. I need to go land Mavrenfane to start catching up the way this deck's supposed to.
Mm-hmm. This Chariotwitz.
Yep.
One of my favorite cards in this deck.
It's so good. The fact that you can drop it as early as turn 3 and just get the best selection.
Yes. Really good with Scarab God and Liliana. You don't have to pay that cost.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Pay 4 mana.
Also, just setting up creatures in your graveyard to bring back later.
Yes, that too. I think I'm playing more lilies on my deck for that
And then,
reason.
Lily's -3 also turns them into zombies.
Yes, it does.
So that's very good synergy with Scarab God.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about the entire time. I was like, oh, man.
Well, there's land number 3, but unfortunately I don't have the Mavrenfane.
Mm-hmm. I did drop Gator on the board too, so.
Oh, wait, no, I do. There he is.
You do drop him.
Yeah. I completely forgot my own place.
So this is a free attack, and
Yeah.
you get a free creature out of it. I block, make you just pay the 4 life.
And I don't care. I'm like,
Yeah.
sure, whatever. I have enough blockers now to handle Glintsleeve Siphoner.
Like, I knew I had the gate locked up. I just had to take time and...
Yeah, because you already have a Golden Demise in your hand, don't you?
Yes.
So,
Yes.
yeah, there it is.
I don't have City Blessing yet.
But you kind of want to establish a board before you get it just to blow me out.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do.
You're just like, I think I can survive the next attack. We'll just set up some more creatures. And then, not swing with the Glintsleeve. Actually, no, you do sleep with the Glintsleeve here, and I just go ahead and make, a very questionable double block, but only because I don't want Mavrenfane to die.
Yeah, I decided to attack because...
Because you figured, okay, I'm either getting a 2-for-1 or I'm killing Mavrenfane, and either one I'm good with. And I'm just like, sure, take the 2-for-1.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Because Maverick Fane's my engine, and I really do not want him to die
If you
here.
didn't block there, I was thinking about Golden Demise. But since you blocked, I was like, yeah, that's fine. I'll take that trade too.
Yeah. It's not a great feeling trade. It's a very, very bad feeling trade, but I had to
You
do
have
it
to,
because
yeah.
I wanted to stop you from drawing extra cards, and I wanted Maverick Fane to not die. Because if I blocked with Maverick Fane and anything else, you were just killing Maverick Fane.
Yes. So here's a contender. The only answer in my deck that actually that and Golden Demise that answers that creature.
Yeah, but in this case, you kind of wanted to force me to have to attack with Maverick Fane to get a token because you knew Gifted Aetherborn could catch him and kill him.
Yes.
So now I'm just like, this is bad.
Get more 2/2s.
Yep. Conquistador. If that's my best play in this situation, I'm losing the game.
Yes.
But at least I filtered the other 3 out, so I'm like, well, it's not a total loss. I'm still getting myself closer to finding that 4th land.
I have a good amount of cards in my hand. I have Chepping once in there when I get the land drops.
I mean, so do I now. It's just that 3 of them are Legion Conquistadors.
Yeah.
I don't play a lot of removal in this deck. I just kind of go wide and don't care about what the other creature decks do. Like, you're not a creature deck, but
Yes and no. It's weird.
you're a creature deck by virtue of Liliana and Scarab God.
Yeah, there's
There's,
Foil Scarab God.
yeah, that's like a $70 bill, isn't it?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Treat it like a cord call and collect the company.
As of this recording, anyway, probably going to be worth a lot less after Standard rotates. But
Should probably sell it.
I don't know. Commander players will probably be interested in still paying a lot of money for it because that's probably the best zombie commander.
I do like the art on him too. It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Foil line's nice.
it's a very good job by the artist.
Is that on Vanguard?
Yep. And I'm just passing again because I'm like, even if I get a vampire token out of it, it's just strictly worse than whatever dies to this Gifted Aetherborn.
Yeah.
Maverick Fane is just sitting there not doing what he's supposed to do because I can't swing. But now I'm showing the blue mana, so now you're like, oh no.
Yeah, so I decided to save play just to activate this before I, draw
Yeah.
for the turn. Get the draw for discard 2, then scry.
Try to
draw.
pick up some more removal.
Yeah. Just refilling my hand.
Yeah. You got the 2 Torrential Gearhulks as well, so.
Yes. Now Scarab God is useless, discarding a land. It's drain you.
Not the most valuable discards in the world, but just getting rid of redundant cards.
Yeah.
You've got 9 permanents on the table, so 1 more land will give you the City's Blessing for
Yes.
Golden Demise.
Decided there's no reason to attack. I just gotta stall out the gate. I'm holding out to a negate.
So this is the part where we're going, oh, thank God, I found land number 5, so I can finally, cast this Cloud Blazer, side with relief, gain some life, refill my hand some more.
Yeah, negate does not answer that.
Nope.
I was like, I'll look at the negate like, yeah, you got it, buddy.
You're just waiting for me to drop removal here for the Scarab God.
Yeah, that's what I was assuming you were going to do.
Nope, I was just trying to get to land number 5 for Cloud Blazer. And like Cloud Blazer's a good card, but it's not as good when you have to cast it for its full cost because it just kind of becomes it's like Muldrifter from Lorwyn.
Well, it's also not that great when you're behind.
Yeah.
It's good when you're ahead.
When you're ahead, it's fantastic. It
Yes.
feels very great. When you're behind, it's just like, I hope this works.
Yeah, tap 5. 5's a lot.
Yeah.
So you do join you with a zombie. Get that on top.
And there's Field of Ruin. So now you've got 10. You're just counting them
Yeah,
out.
I was counting. I was like,
Right.
ooh, do I have it now? I believe this is just lethal
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, it is, because Golden Demise does not affect your creatures.
No.
So that's exactly 11 on the board.
Yes.
Or excuse me, is it 11?
Yeah,
it's
it's
11.
5 and the 4
Yeah.
2.
Because the Champion of Wits had already been Scarab Godded before. Not eternalized, technically.
And that, yeah, it is not eternalized.
This actually matters to the game rules. So yeah, that's the match. And Marino won it. Still, the streak continues. I still have not beaten you since October.
No. Winning streak.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was showing you my hand. I was like, hey, I had total gas.
Yeah, I saw the 2 Torrential Gearhulks. I'm like, well, okay. I guess
I
had
wasn't
no
winning
chance.
that regardless.
And this is the part where I explain to you, yeah, I should probably just went ahead and boarded in my negates. I didn't realize you were running so many spells.
Maybe I'll give the 5. It's really tough.
Yeah, I mean, if I had found a land earlier, it would have probably worked out. Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, because the only defense you had for the longest time was that one Gifted Aetherborn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You were eventually going to get the Champion of Wits too, but if I'm playing double Downhill Vanguard, I'm definitely
You don't
swinging.
care.
Yeah, I'm definitely swinging into that Aetherborn.
Yeah.
I'm totally fine with that.
100%.
And then you would have dropped the Golden Demise earlier, which would have hurt, but I was eventually finding land anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, your negates didn't get any use at all.
Yeah, I figured. I don't know what you boarded again. I was just being a little safe. There's a lot of dead cards in my deck, so.
Well, I mean, it does counter that all-important Rivers Rebuke.
Well, I was thinking about Mommy, man.
Yeah, that too. But every time I drop Monument, you were tapped anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of boarded incorrectly there. I should have probably just cited in some more negates, because I didn't realize, yeah, you brought in, like, Moment of Craving and...
Yeah, I only
Golden
bought that
Eyes
in for
is
game
really
3 only.
Yeah.
I was thinking about a game 2, but I figured, like, I'm gonna play.
You're on the draw, so it's like...
Yeah. Helps you catch back up a little bit. And it kills the Vanguard.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking about.
Any small answer that can kill the Vanguard.
Yeah, I'll take that all day.
It's pretty great.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that's our match from Standard. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, do whatever. Just have a good day, guys. Thanks for watching.
See you guys.